Alright, so I'm going to start a new game of Octopath Traveler. I've done a little bit of looking around and whatnot, and I've started a couple different stories and then not actually gone anywhere with them because I knew I was going to record. So I'm not sure who I want to start with. I do know that starting with the dancer is hard mode because she has a lot of utility, but not really good attack. Obviously, if you start with the warrior, you have a good attack. The scholar has a nice ability that allows you to know the weaknesses of things. I haven't really tested all of them yet. I did a little bit of the thief starting, kind of skipped the story stuff, so I wouldn't spoil myself. But we're going to start with the scholar, Cyrus, because he can tell the weaknesses of foes just by entering battle with them. I'm going to turn the game down a little bit here. And I'm going to cough, so let me... Okay. I think my mic spikes when I switch it off, but it's better than hearing me cough, I think. But yeah, we're going to choose the scholar.
A world of knowledge awaits. And so it was that Atlasdam was founded some 2 centuries ago. Indeed, our fair city-state is among the longest standing on the continent of Austera. But there was another city-state with a history as long and proud as our own that came to a tragic ruin only 8 short years ago.
I'm going to turn this up again because I'm going to let the dialogue play. Yeah. So, if I have it turned way down, then my voice is going to be super loud. So I'm just going to turn that up a little bit. Maybe that should be fine.
Now, who can tell me its name? How about you, Therese?
I think it was...
Now, no need to get all flustered. There's no shame in not knowing an answer, so long as you have a desire to learn. The answer is in your textbook. Go on now, look it up.
Yes, Professor. Let's see. I believe it was Hornburg?
That is correct. Hornburg was ruled over by a royal family, said to be descended from priests of an ancient and long-forgotten religion. On the other hand, our fair Atlasdam was founded by one of the original clans that inhabited the Flatlands. Who can tell me how many clans lived in the Flatlands at the time? Your Highness?
The histories have it that 8 clans did live in the Flatlands in those days.
8 clans, you say? I wonder...
Correct you are, Your Highness. It was a time of great strife here in the Flatlands as the 8 clans waged a long and bitter war. Change would come when the armies of Grandport invaded these lands some 2 centuries ago. At the time, the rulers of Grandport sought to exert their influence over territories inland. Ironically, this compelled the warring tribes to put aside their differences and unite against their common foe.
That tends to happen when, you know, everybody's dying to a common foe. Not always. But when it does, pretty awesome.
Oh, but look at the time. We'll pick up where we left off next time. Don't forget to read chapters 3 and 4 before our next lecture. And be prepared to answer questions on any of the material within.
Yes, Professor.
Sounds like he's projecting more, but he shouldn't be, because it's the same number of people he was talking to before.
Thank you for another most stimulating lecture, Professor Albright.
Okay. Oh, I don't walk around yet.
Hello?
Ah, Professor Albright. Mercedes? Yeah, okay. Mercedes from the Loyal Library came by with a message for you. Like car manufacturer Mercedes. Seems today's your lucky day. You've been granted permission to enter the Special Archives.
Splendid.
Finally, I can begin my research. It's really weird when they half voice it, because then I want to finish it. The library is just outside the palace. I'd best make haste. The library is just outside the palace. I'd best make haste. Alright, now I can walk around. This is about the radar. I mean, I can hide it, but I don't want to. I can also run by holding B. No, because those all have their own actions associated with them. It's only B that does something
Oh,
like that. Therese. ... Nothing important to say. Professor.
Professor Albright.
Oh, thank heavens you're still here. I thought I had missed you.
Your Highness.
What can I do for you, Your Highness?
The truth of the matter is,
If you can spare the time, I had a question about something we learned today.
But of course.
Your Highness, it would be my pleasure to answer anything. Okay. After all, my role as your tutor is as important to me as any of my research. Unfortunately, I cannot spare much time. Is the question a quick one?
indeed,
Yes, Professor. It will not take long. I was just wondering about the ancient religion of Hornburg. Pray tell, what did they worship?
Very astute of you.
A very astute question, Your Highness. However, I fear that nearly all the texts detailing the nature of the religion were burned and lost when Hornburg fell. I see. A shame at that. A shame that. Shame at that. Whatever.
The truth is...
I do, however, have a theory of my own. I believe that the royal family of Hornburg were guardians of an ancient power. Mind you, this is not idle speculation. My theory is based on the fact that... He continues talking about scholarly things. For a very long time. I thought he didn't have much time. Let us continue the discussion another time. My apologies for keeping you, Professor.
With pleasure.
No need for apologies, and it would be my pleasure, Your Highness. As such questions occur to you is a sign of a sharp and curious mind.
I thank you.
Your lectures on the history of the realm are most fascinating to me. For if I do not learn of our past, how can I hope to lead my people to a bright future? I might end up not doing voices because they're just going to get all muddled together. But I'll start off trying to. A most admirable philosophy, Your Highness. The people of this land are truly fortunate to be led by one of such wisdom and kindness. Alright, we need to... Okay. I'm confused. Hold on. Sorry, I'm looking at something. Huh? Right. Phone, why you notify me things when the things aren't there? Okay. Sorry, I thought that was important. Apparently it wasn't. As I am truly fortunate to have the opportunity to serve in some small way. You are far too kind, Professor Albright. I am proud to be your student.
Ah,
Oh dear, I'm running late.
good day.
Pray, do not forget your assignment, Your Highness.
Farewell.
Of course, Professor. I know that's nothing like your voice, and I'm not going to try to do exactly your voice.
Ah, Therese.
He basically said that.
Yes, do you have a question for me?
No.
I mean, no. Good day, Professor.
Hmm?
Started noticing something kind of like this in Star Wars, where they say kind of what the text says, but they don't say what the text says. And sometimes that's just voice actors going, this is just too convoluted. Can I just say it like this? And then they say it like that, and they're okay with it because it's better than what was written down. Sometimes they change it to make it, you know. Why did I talk to someone while I was talking? Sometimes they change the text to better match what the voice actor says, but sometimes it's like, they obviously didn't change it. Russell just isn't cut out for that sort of work. Whatever was he? Move along now.
It's me, Cyrus.
Good day, Mercedes. Cyrus Albright, here to browse the special archives. Oh, Professor Albright, you're looking quite eager today. When I heard that an original copy of The Church of the Flame, a complete history, i.e., okay, had been donated to our archives, I simply had to be the first to see it. That's not a spelling error, that's a choice.
I see.
A stylistic choice to spell it with an IE instead of a Y. You're more on top of our collection than I am. Just sign right here. I added right there.
With pleasure.
Nope, he said that one. Here's a long signature. Eh. Is something amiss?
Actually,
Was someone known as the most brilliant mind in the Royal Academy? When you talk about books, you're as giddy as a schoolboy. When you put it that way, yes. Much as a child is fascinated by a new toy. I am titillated by the prospect of acquiring new knowledge.
I see.
Right, the expression on your face says it all. Anyway, everything seems to be in order. Enjoy your quest for knowledge, Professor.
Many thanks.
Many thanks, my dear. I most certainly will. I'm doing kind of British accents because they're educated, I think. I don't know. Also, when I roleplay and I do an accent,
We hear.
tends to be British if it's a scholarly accent. I don't know why. Oh, something seems odd here, I think is what it said. Did someone return it to the wrong shelf? Not here either. He probably says either.
Interesting dilemma.
These archives are strictly guarded and curated. Wherever could it have gone? Where is the fish? Wherever did they go? I said is and then they. It should have been are.
Professor Albright.
The headmaster would see you at once. Of all the times to... Oh well. Might I ask of you a favor? What might that be?
The truth is,
The tome I mentioned before seems to have gone missing. Could you locate it for me?
I see.
Missing? Huh. I'll begin looking at once, Professor.
many thanks.
My dear. Read the first half, I finished it.
Cyrus Albright, by your request, sir.
Do enter.
This scene must be more important to the plot.
My apologies for summoning you on such short notice.
He has a picture of
How might I
himself.
be of assistance, Headmaster?
He has a picture of himself in his office. It looks like he has pictures of former headmasters too, but his picture, probably because he's the current, but seems more ostentatious to have it between two plants.
That treatise on arcane studies you published. What in the gods' names were you thinking?
Sir? I do believe I made my hypothesis perfectly clear.
I'm not talking about your hypothesis. You went out of your way to cite one of the texts in our special archives. The knowledge housed in those tomes is the Royal Academy's greatest treasure. It is not to be divulged to the public at your whim. Laying it bare in one of your silly papers is out of the question.
This guy isn't much of a scholar, is he?
I am fully aware of the value of those tomes, Headmaster. It is for that very reason I would share the knowledge with my peers.
You are to share nothing! That wisdom is for the Academy and the Academy alone!
But that goes against everything.
Enough, Cyrus!
Even my best argument is sure to fall on deaf ears. The Headmaster sees knowledge as a medal or precious stone, something to be appreciated by its rightful owner alone. Knowledge is power, and power is to be hoarded. An unfortunate attitude, indeed.
Very muchly so.
My sincere apologies, Headmaster. It won't happen again. Is there anything else you need of me?
That is all. You may go. Wait, there was one last thing.
I'm trying to decide if his name is Headmaster Yvonne or Yevon. Because Yvonne, to me, sounds more of a female name. And it's spelled like that. But I'm sure it's actually gender neutral, it's just lately been used more on females or something. I don't know.
Sir?
I heard the Special Archives will be closing early today. If you have research to do there, I would do so quickly.
Good gods. It's as if he enjoys watching me suffer.
He probably does.
Thank you for your concern, Headmaster. In that case, I'll be on my way.
Enter.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, Headmaster.
What's the matter?
Yes, what is it, Therese?
Hmm. Uh, um.
It's about Professor Albright, sir. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water there. Bat. Yeah. I should probably just continue with the story for now. It's basically tutorial mode.
Can I help you?
Oh, Professor Albright. She sounds like the other girl. Oh well.
A moment of your time.
Do you have any luck finding the tomb?
My apologies.
I'm afraid not.
Say it is not so.
Well, this is most unfortunate. One might conclude that it had been stolen.
Actually,
Professor, taking books out from these archives is strictly forbidden. And as you know, the keys to the vault are entrusted to only a select few. Quite honestly, it would be easier to steal the crown off the king's head. I somehow doubt that.
Aho!
An impenetrable vault. Impregnable. There we go. Impenetrable. He's using a different word for the same thing. An impregnable vault. A disappearing tome. It would seem we have quite the mystery on our hands. Why, if I didn't know any better, my name's Leighton. Sorry. And the mysteries of this world are meant to be solved. Or so the scholar in me says. Would you not agree? If it had been stolen, I would say it's a job for the city guard. But I can see you won't let it go until you've cracked the case, as it were.
Indeed!
Ha ha ha! You could say that indeed. A habit I just can't seem to break. Once a puzzle is placed before me, I simply cannot rest until I've worked out a solution.
I see.
Well, far be it from me to stand in your way. It must be tough being a genius.
Leave it to me.
I'll not deny it. Worry not. The tome will be back on the shelf before you can bat an eyelash.
Take care.
Right. Thanks. Best of luck in your search. If you don't bring it back, I'll cut you like a fish. I mean, what?
Research.
And the game is afoot. I wonder where the other one went. Now, where to begin my search? I suppose I should inquire with Mercedes as to where the keys to the library are stored. The guard at the front door would know who has been frequenting the library lately, as might my fellow scholars. Then, mayhap, should pay the headmaster a visit as well. Okay, so his unique action is scrutinize. Also, I walked outside to turn around and come back in. I understand that the scene needed to be reset and triggers and stuff, but yeah, a little bit back and forth. Scrutinize. Let's see now. Testimony. Only Headmaster Yvonne, I'm gonna call him Yvonne, and the guard stationed outside should have a key to the library archives. Okay. Most intriguing. Gleaned new information. Okay. Scrutinize. Let's see now. Testimony. The key to the archives? Oh, I haven't got that. But I'm not surprised someone stole a tome, considering what they're worth. I've gambling debts myself, so I understand the temptation. Most intriguing. Well, why do I get the idea he should not have said that? And his name should be Hagrid. I shouldn't have said that. Let's see now. Testimony. Of course I've got a key to the archives. And no, I wasn't sleeping. I was resting my eyes is all. Even if I was sleeping, what would it matter? What kind of fool would bother stealing a worthless tome anyway? Somebody's uneducated. Most intriguing. He has a key, yes, yet he knows little of the true value of books. He couldn't have stolen them or something like that. I don't think. Scrutinize. Let's see now. Testimony. You know full well I have a key to the special archives, and that I would never be so foolish as to let it fall into the wrong hands. In any event, I have had no reason to peruse those tomes in quite some time. Peruse. Most intriguing. So he hoards the knowledge, and he doesn't even know what the knowledge is. The key. Why can't I move? Oh, cutscene. He has a key, but what would he gain?
Splendid.
Especially when he wants to hoard all the information. That should be all the information I need to solve the case. Possess keys, headmaster and guard.
But of course.
Of course, it all makes sense now. Okay. There are only 2 keys to the archives. One belonging to the headmaster, and one to the guardsman. The guard's key was used to unlock the archives. Headmaster's key is safely locked away in his office. Furthermore, he hasn't visited the archives today. On the other hand, the guard has been acting suspiciously of late, even sleeping while on active duty.
Oh,
It would be all too easy a task to list it. I turn it slightly and make it fall off and then pick it up from the ground. I list it. It would be all too easy a task to lift the key off his person. So is it possible that the guard is our man? No. He would have no motive. The culprit must be someone who understands the true value of the tome. Which is to say, one of my colleagues. And most likely, one who has accrued a frightful gambling debt.
Which means that...
Put it all together, the villain is... The culprit is... Russell.
Yes.
Indubitably, that shifty scholar, Russell. Yes, I dare say my logic is foolproof.
Shall we begin?
Now all that remains is to find our man and make him confess to the crime. Does that mean I can move around again? Not yet. Word has it, he's been doing his research underground these days. And the boards are gone that I walked by earlier.
Now then.
I think it's time I did some field work of my own. Yes, quite. Saving in progress, like this. Surprise. Right. Let's go. Feels like I've been recording for longer than I have because those cutscenes.
I've done my research on you.
Right. Fire. Play your foe's weaknesses to turn the tide of battle in your favor. 2 shield points to break. Okay. So I really like this mechanic. You hit them with the right type of skill. It reduces their shield counter. And when their shield counter hits 0, they don't do anything for a turn and they take more damage. Boost is really cool too. It does what it says, it boosts your attacks. But obviously this guy's weak to fireball, so I'm gonna do that. He's gone.
You should have studied harder.
Okay, now I level up. There are job points. There to learn new skills. So leveling up is stats and job points are skills. How do I get to that chest by going back over there somewhere? I'm gonna get as many chests as I can before the battle. Alright, so now I know it's weak to axes and fire. I can hit it with a regular fireball this time. And then I'm gonna increase this to a fireball level 3.
Oh, flames! Rage! Rock!
Hoping that would take it out.
Now, what next? Oh, flames! Rage! Rock! Not bad. A passing.
So if you don't get hit, you get more money. If you break their shield, you get 1 more experience point. And if you kill all of them without taking damage, you get more job points. I think it's 1 job point and 5 money. I don't know what the money's called. Grab items before I continue if I can. See, that's grabbed. Okay, yeah, I'll go back that way first.
Time to teach you a lesson.
Alright, what else is he weak to? Oh, okay. That works.
Now, what next?
I'll use up less skill points,
What is the
SP,
logical course of action?
skill power. Something along those lines. It means I have a much bigger fireball at max. Not quite enough.
Now, What?
That wasn't though.
Thus ends your lesson.
And I'm level 3 already. I believe it's 30 job points to get the first skill unlock, in addition to what I already have, of course. I don't think it tells me... No, it doesn't tell me until I have enough, so I think it's 30. I haven't played much, but I did do some gameplay earlier. Let's try to get that other chest there before I get that one.
Can't we settle this like gentlemen?
This is a fire one. I'm assuming it's weak to ice. But of course it's...
Now, what
You know,
next?
I can find out here. Yes, it is.
What is the logical... Now, what next? Oh, ice! Pierce them through!
Oh, ice, what?
A passing.
I don't know what he said. Here, go this way. Go left, I think I can get... Yeah.
I've done my research on
Okay.
what is the logical
Holy
course of action?
magic. Gonna attack us. Okay, good. That has a shield of 2. So when you boost basic attack, that increases the number of times you hit them. I'll show you on my next turn here, because I want to break a shield in one go. I'm gonna do it with 4, why not? If you hit them more than once with your basic attack, and they're vulnerable to it, or they're weak to it, it takes that many shields off as you hit them with.
Interesting dilemma. What's this? What's this?
I can't boost. What's the condition called? Silence. No, that can't be silence. That has to be something else. I'll just smack him then.
What's this?
That'll break him at least.
What's this?
I'll wait to heal. Ooh, I should not have waited.
So much to learn.
But that's a stronger enemy, when you go for that chest, obviously. I'm actually gonna go items wouldn't have helped because I should have used the item instead of waiting. I'm going to get better equipment though. After I grab the chest, I think I can
Time to
get it now.
teach you a lesson.
Okay, so I know that they're vulnerable to ice. Because I popped. But of course that was the file I just lost in the battles that I just had on that. Go ahead and ice wind them.
Oh, ice! Here's some proof! An interesting dilemma.
And because it's the same monster type, it tells me if I hit one, what the other one's weak to. Fire grenade, that's lovely. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna heal on the next turn, where they're not attacking or anything. Oh, I do need to buy more of those.
Now, what next?
I'll save that boost a little bit on those. Now I'll just take him out with a regular triple attack here.
Not bad.
There we go. Okay, let's hope I don't run into that skeleton thing again. An inspiring plum that increases my SP.
Can't we settle this like gentlemen?
Alright, spears.
What is the
Kinda looks like a
logical
candle.
course of action?
There's the spear. Go ahead and hit you with that first.
An interesting dilemma.
I'll hit you with that.
Oh, ice! Pierce them through!
Not enough.
Now, what next?
Alright.
Not bad. A passing.
And now I have enough job points. 330. Okay. Kills, barn. When I was playing him before, I grabbed Lightning Bolt. But I think I'm gonna grab... I don't think you can get this one until you've gotten everything else. But I don't know. I'm gonna grab Analyze. Because that's really useful. And the next skill is gonna cost 100. Aha, there it is. I'm wondering how to get to that gold-bound
I've done
chest.
my research on you.
For example, if I needed to know another weakness of this, I would just use Analyze. But instead, because I don't need to know, I'll
What is
just
the logical course of action?
try to take him out.
Flames! Rain! Rock!
Oh, flame something strong.
What is the logical course of action?
Just throw another fireball. That's always a logical course of action in a role-playing game. When you
Not bad.
can.
A passing.
Wind attire. Increase defense, physical and elemental, as well as speed. Right, I was gonna buy equipment next.
I've done my research.
Okay, this thing isn't just in that area apparently.
Now,
Wind, I don't have any wind. I want to know what he's weak to,
much to learn.
because I don't remember. Okay. And then it's holy magic. Right.
What next?
I'm going to do is that.
Now, what next?
Holy crap. Oh, that's useful. Not in this specific situation, but it's useful in general.
Oh, flames! Rain! Rock! What is the logical course? An interesting dilemma.
Alright, I bet he gets a lot of experience.
Thus ends your lesson.
5. Or not. It's strong for the area, but it's not really strong in general, I guess. Oh, I can go left there. Did I go left there yet? Probably not. Anyway, let me see if I can buy items. Will let me go this way? Yes. Then I can. The item shops are all over here. Go ahead and get a really good weapon. It's really useful once I get more people. Actually, I can't do anything else now that I've done that. I'm gonna go stay at the inn though. But this is a provisioner. Let me see if the inn's free because this is my hometown. Yes, it is. Now I'll go buy some grapes. I'm gonna try to buy 8. Buy 6 then. Back to the study. In the subterranean area. As I make up words. Oh look, another healing grape. Alright. Into battle.
I've done my research on you.
My research on you is now complete.
What is the logical course of action? An interesting dilemma. Oh, flames! Rage!
There we go. I took no damage, therefore I get more money, too. Alright, I'm level 5 now. Alright, any chest I missed? Not that horribly important, but I want to know.
Time to teach you a lesson. An interesting dilemma.
I doubt that's going to kill it in one hit. Okay, now I know how to get more money from these things.
What is the logic? Not bad. A passing.
Alright, I'm going to save again up here.
I've done my research on you.
So assuming I can do similar damage as before, this should kill it.
Oh, flames! Rage! Wrong! You should have studied
Perfect.
harder.
So yes, I have an idea of how to just take care of these things. Let me see how many inspiring plums I have before I go fight this guy. 4? That should be fine. Aha! Light soul stone.
Time to teach you a lesson. Now,
So if I'm not mistaken, the soul stones. Yes. Deal whatever elemental damage the type of soul stone is
now.
to all enemies.
Not bad. A passing.
I'm gonna use an inspiring plum after buying one from this guy. Or Can't buy one. Can buy a few of these. I want 10, so I'm just gonna buy one. Then doing that. I'm gonna use an inspiring plum before I get into this battle. Should be just like this. Cutscene first, of course. Exposition is important in a story. So there's a difference between, or there's a fine line between not having enough exposition and having too much exposition.
What?
Professor Albright? Are you always in the habit of barging into your peers' offices while they're working?
Excuse me.
My apologies. I would have knocked, but I didn't see a door.
A moment of your time.
Apropos of nothing, mayhap you've heard that a certain tome was stolen from the archives. I haven't the faintest clue what you're talking about.
Come now.
Come now, Russell. Playing dumb is just going to drag this out for the both of us. So let's cut straight to the heart of the matter. You're a thief, and I can prove it.
Pah!
What? The hells you can.
The truth is...
Unfortunately for you, at precisely the moment you were trying to sneak back with the key, your friend the guardsman was just waking from his little slumber. But that's impossible. He was asleep. I'm positively... Ah.
Oh,
Keeping up on our friend's somnolence, are we, old chum? That somnolence. His sleeping habits. It was a slip of the tongue. I tell you, I know nothing about this goddamned book.
is that so?
Figured you'd say as much. Then perhaps you'd care to accompany me to the academy to prove your innocence, of course.
Pah!
Damn it. Damn it all to hell. It was the perfect plan. If not for your bloody meddling, I could have had it all. And now you don't.
This one will listen to reason.
Okay, those are haste things.
What next?
If I'm not mistaken, he's weak to ice. Because of course he would have companions that are weak to the opposite thing as him, yeah. Well, you know what I should have done? Oh well. I'll figure out his other weaknesses as we go. I think he's weak to this. Yes.
Now. Oh, flames! Rage strong!
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be using my staff to knock him out of the fight. Just, you know, break his shield. And then I'm gonna do fire attacks when he's out of the fight for that turn. Assuming I don't have to heal, which I'm gonna have to heal here.
Let's try this. An interesting dilemma. What is the look?
It'll get the wisps out of the fight.
Rage strong!
Everyone will link incantation. Well, that's not good. Okay, I'm gonna go before him.
What is the logical course of action?
So whatever he was working on is gone. I don't know, it could have easily just been elemental defense or something and it wasn't important because I was hitting him with the staff. But I don't know that. I think I'll have to heal on my next turn. Depends on what happens here. Should probably heal regardless. Yeah, gotta heal.
Let's try this. What is the
Right. Alright. I'm right, alright. No. Use fire on the fireball.
What is the logical course of action?
Oop, not items. Skills. There we go. If I don't use a multi-attack, then I'll have enough to make a shield next turn. Because if you use a boost or a battle point, 1 to 3 battle points. If you use them, you don't gain a battle point at the end of the turn. So if I had used it, I wouldn't be able to make a shield this turn. I would have had to wait another turn.
An interesting dilemma.
I'll need to heal for sure on my turn, if I survive to it. Because of course I didn't think about that. Guess I don't have that much health to begin with. Solid. Not a warrior.
Let's try this.
I don't have enough to knock him out.
Logical course of action.
I'm gonna fireball, so we'll take them out of
Flames.
this turn as well, because they go after me. And then because I didn't boost it, I'll be able to knock him out for the next turn. Oh, I took him out completely. Nice. I'm gonna start fireballing. Gonna have to use a plum. But I'll fireball this turn.
All flames. Raise. Strong.
Oh.
Not
Okay.
bad. A passing.
Yeah, I leveled. Refreshing jam. Don't know what that does. Guess I'll find out. I swear I never meant to. I just needed the money.
Just so.
That tome would fetch a small fortune, this is true. And yet, you did not for a moment consider the consequences.
Say it is not so.
In stealing that tome, you would steal from our students something more valuable than all the realms of riches. A grave crime, no matter who would perpetrate it, but all the more unforgivable when committed by one who calls himself a scholar. Agreed. Muchly agreed.
Thank you.
Well, I'll be. You actually did crack the case of the stolen book.
Indeed.
That I did, and yet I fear this may not be the only volume our friend had purloined. Russell has already confessed to the full extent of his crimes and revealed the names of his business associates. We need only track down the books and purchase them back. You're gonna purchase them? Okay, you're not gonna appropriate them. You're gonna buy them. Whatever. I'll speak to the guards and see that we redouble security of the archives. What's this? It says there's another book still missing. That scoundrel of a scholar stole this one as well.
Actually,
Ah, far from the reaches of hell. No, I can show you that he did not. It's been missing for some 15 years now. Russell's aggressive borrowing only extends some 2 years back. Aggressive borrowing, that's one way to put it. I see, so this volume was lost, or stolen, long before that.
yes.
Right, as always, Professor. Well, they tell me more about From the Far Reaches of Hell. Sounds like something maybe I shouldn't be looking into. But if it's sealed in the archives, someone else might not get their hands on it. That was me, not him, obviously. The text didn't change. According to our records, it would seem to be a compendium of ancient rites and long-lost magics. Yeah, definitely something you don't want falling into the wrong hands.
Actually,
If I am not mistaken, it was the single oldest volume housed within our archives. Needless to say, it was a tremendous loss. You were 5 when it happened. Oh ho! Yet another mystery, it would seem. Professor Albright, the headmaster, would speak with you at once.
His awesomeness.
Again? What could it be this time? Perhaps he plans to commend you for your role in apprehending the library thief. I have no interest in accolades, but if he insists. I used to be an adventurer like you, and then I took an arrow to the knee. I've since healed, but I prefer this location of peace and quiet. There's a hidden item over here now. Oh. I'm gonna save. Team. Alright. When raised in Atlas Dam, this old woman now visits this place every day in memory of her late husband. Even after she passes, she wishes to be by her husband's side, like nearly for the king and queen in the Academy's library. Hidden item. There it is. Oh, more powerful version of the plum. He refuses to sell something unless he deems the buyer worthy of it. New hidden item somewhere. Assuming it's in this area. Maybe it's closer to the actual... not down there. Oh, there it is. A large feather. There it is. Oh, can be sold for some money. And he's been gambling with that guy. No item or individual that passes through the palace gates escapes this guard's notice. Rumor has it, however, that his dedication is not rooted in any sort of loyalty, but is born of the desire to perpetuate and protect his own unscrupulous business of selling trinkets to collectors of royal mementos. Okay, a new hidden item, that's interesting. No, it's walled off, okay. Well, let's look for that gleam of a hidden item, shall we? I assume it's in this area. Not elsewhere. Oh. That very annoying area. Odds and ends. I'm sure it sells for a small fee. Or something.
Ah, yes. To tell the truth.
Heard that the Russell Scholar has fallen on hard times. That was the first text box. Last I heard, he sold his house and locked himself away in a cave under the academy to continue his research. Now that's devotion. Kind of. Okay, I can't buy or sell you, so I'm gonna go down. Oh, that's actually a decent price. Oh, that is the armor. Alright. Pointed hat. No, the withered Harry. A what? A withered. Okay. This is elemental attack. I'll go with this because he's a wizard. Linen robe, elemental attack, and elemental defense. It drops my physical defense and my speed, and I'm by myself, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. There's both HP and SP to a single ally. I'm gonna sell that. So my elemental defense drops, and my speed drops. Or my physical defense and speed drops, but my elemental attack and my elemental defense increase. So I will get the linen robe. Yes, equipped. But I won't sell the wind attire yet. What do we have here? Nothing. Go ahead and scrutinize some more people before I move on with the plot. Almost done with the recording anyways, so I'm probably not going to continue the plot this time. In charge of defending the castle town, this mercenary turned guard keeps a vigilant eye on those coming in and out of the gates. Once he spots a suspicious figure, he uses whatever means necessary to apprehend them. New weapons for sale. Thoughtful rancher, even delivers fresh milk from his cows to his parents every morning. His parents worry for his future though, as he dedicates his entire life to work alone. Discount at the inn. I already had free access to the inn, so it's probably just free. Yeah. No paying people to stay there. I'm gonna scrutinize some kids. Friendly with curiosity, this young boy will go to whatever lengths necessary to state an interest, even if it puts him in danger. Those reckless tendencies worry those around him. He oftentimes The oftentimes rare and valuable items he brings back from his adventures have earned him the esteem of his friends. Smarter bartering. Well, I already sold those items. Oh. I have a chance of getting discounts. Childhood friend of the reckless boy by her side. Childhood friend of the reckless boy by her side. Being the older by 2 years, she was entrusted with watching over him. Despite his endless curiosity, oftentimes putting them both in danger, she takes her role seriously and is prepared to face whatever challenges come her way. A hidden item. Most intriguing. Most intriguing. Let's see what the item is. Ooh. A stronger glowstone. Don't believe I scrutinized you yet. With the great pestilence in the Riverlands, this apothecary decided to dedicate himself to disease prevention and swift treatment. He now works together with the Royal Academy in Atlastan, that's this town, to create both medicine and new forms of treatment. Information gleaned, guide with ease. Residents of this town will be more receptive to your guidance. Okay, that must be the ability of somebody else. He most definitely does not do that. Let's see, if there's anything cool in the castle. The eldest son in the family that has served the king for generations. He takes pride in his job as a guard and would risk his life to protect the king and his palace. This loyalty has earned him the king's utmost trust. And me, a hidden item. Most intriguing. Yeah, that was quick. Hey, look. I don't know why I didn't look over here before. What do you have to say, young boy? A young boy who sneaks into the palace to steal valuables. He sells his spoils to provide a life for himself and has yet to be caught. In actuality, the queen has already noticed, but has turned a blind eye to his actions. Huh. And the item's right here. A buckler. Just go ahead and equip that. More defensiveness. Born in the slums and the coastlands, this guard was recognized for his skills and now protects the shoreline. Despite holding the same position, he is ridiculed by the other guards simply for his origins, causing tension between the two. And giving me a hidden item. Okay. Son of a prominent family in Atlastan and one of the guards responsible for protecting the throne room. Rather than earning his post, however, it was granted to him as he has no merits of his own. So he's jealous. 2 hidden items to find. Here's one. An element of life. Oh, is it the exclamation point on the minimap radar? It is. Okay. And a small cup can be sold, I'm sure, but this seems so anticlimactic. Alright, I talked to everyone in here. I'm gonna see if I can buy some more equipment. And then I'm gonna call that good for this recording. And I will record again some other time. So yeah, I will sell this. Let's see here. Can't forge an oak stone. Fur coat. Wow. Okay. Get one of each of these. You have to equip them manually, apparently. You also get the sturdy shield. So the buckler as well. Powering earring and stimulating earring. And I'll go sleep at the end, so that actually increases my stats. Because it increases the max, but doesn't heal you. As you can see there. And now to go, I'll save in the north so I'm closer to where I'm supposed to go. And like I said, I will be recording this again later. Not sure when, probably a week from now. I might decide to do a little bit more recording before then. And my uploading is whenever I happen to get to it, so whenever that is. And thanks for watching.